Hey there, and welcome to today's deep dive. We're going to be exploring the world of human design.
Ooh, exciting.
I know, right? So get ready to unlock some secrets about your unique, energetic blueprint.
Your own personal
Yeah,
manual.
exactly. A manual to help you live a more fulfilling life, a more aligned life.
Awesome.
And to guide us on this journey, we've got excerpts from Linda Bunnell's book, Human Design, The Science of Differentiation.
That sounds like a great place to start.
I think so too. We're going to be breaking down some complex concepts like the 9 energy centers, the 4 types, and how to actually tap into your own inner guidance system.
Yeah, you know what I find really intriguing about human design is that it combines ancient wisdom with modern science.
I know it's a very unique perspective.
It is. It goes way beyond those generalized personality types.
Totally. Okay, so let's dive in. Let's start with the origin story.
Okay.
And this is where it gets really, really interesting.
I love a good origin story.
Okay, so picture this. It's 1987, the mystical island of Ibiza. And Ra Uru Hu, the founder of human design, has this incredible encounter with what he calls the voice.
The voice.
I know, it's pretty wild. So for 8 days and nights, this voice reveals the entire human design system to him.
Whoa.
It outlines the mechanics, the scientific basis, everything.
What a download.
I know, right? Talk about a life-changing experience.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so here's the really crazy part.
Okay.
In the same year that this happens, a supernova, a massive star explosion, is visible from Earth.
No way.
Yes way.
So a star explodes and human design is born.
I know. It's mind-blowing.
That's pretty cosmic.
It is cosmic. So according to human design, supernovas emit these subatomic particles called neutrinos.
Neutrinos.
Yeah, and they carry information throughout the cosmos.
So you're telling me that these tiny particles that are passing through us all the time?
All the time. Trillions of them every second.
Yeah.
They actually hold the key to our energetic blueprint.
That's the theory.
Oh.
So the specific neutrinos passing through at the moment of your birth, they imprint your unique energetic blueprint.
So our design is literally written in the stars.
Kind of amazing, right?
That is amazing.
It is. And, that blueprint is visually represented in what we call a body graph.
Okay, the body graph.
Yes. And it's like a unique diagram that maps your defined and undefined energy centers,
Gotcha.
showing you your fixed and flexible traits.
Okay, so it's like a cosmic fingerprint showing us how our energy flows.
Exactly. And that body graph, it's got 9 centers, each of them influencing different areas of your life.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's dive into these energy centers.
All right.
Starting with the head center,
Okay.
which is all about mental pressure and inspiration, right?
Yes, the head center. That's where we get those aha moments of inspiration.
Yes.
But it can also be the source of a lot of mental pressure, overthinking.
Oh, yeah. I think we can all relate to that one.
Right.
Okay, what about the Ajna center? What role does that play?
Okay, so the Ajna center is like our conceptualizing center. It's responsible for processing information, forming opinions, and making sense of the world.
So it's like the filter for all the data coming in.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And it also influences how we communicate our thoughts and ideas,
Ah, interesting.
which brings us to the throat center.
Okay, so the throat center, that's all about manifestation and communication, right? How we express ourselves, how we make things happen in the world.
Precisely.
Okay.
Think of it as the channel through which our thoughts and ideas actually take form.
Oh, I love that. And then we've got the G center,
Ah, the G center.
which is, Bunnell says, is about identity and direction, like our internal compass.
Yeah, it guides us towards our purpose and helps us understand who we are at our core.
Mm-hmm.
It's that sense of knowing what feels right for you,
Yes.
even if you can't really explain why.
I love that. Okay, let's move on to the heart center, the realm of willpower and self-worth.
Yes, the heart center can be a source of great strength and motivation, but it can also, lead to those struggles with self-worth and the need to prove oneself.
Yeah, I think everyone experiences that at some point in their lives for sure.
Absolutely.
Okay, what about the sacral center?
Okay.
That's all about life force, energy, and vitality, right?
Absolutely. The sacral center is the powerhouse.
Ooh.
It gives us that stamina to work, create, and just enjoy life.
So it's like the energy source that keeps us going. Okay, now onto the spleen center, which is all about intuition and survival instincts.
Yes. Think of the spleen center as like your body's built-in alarm system,
Okay.
providing those gut feelings and nudges that keep us safe and healthy.
So it's like that intuitive knowing that tells us what's right or wrong for us.
Exactly. And then we have the solar plexus center.
The emotional center.
Yes.
Which can be a little bit of a roller coaster.
It can be a little bit of a roller coaster with the highs and the lows and everything in between.
The waves of emotions.
It's a powerful center.
It is. And finally, we have the root center.
The pressure center.
Yes. This center is all about stress and our fight or flight response.
That feeling of urgency and pressure to get things done, or that instinct to react quickly in stressful situations.
Exactly. And Bunnell explains that all of these centers can be either defined or undefined on your body graph.
Right. So defined meaning they're colored in.
Okay.
And undefined meaning they're white.
Got it. So what does that mean for us? Like, what's the difference between a defined and an undefined center?
Okay, so defined centers represent consistent energy you can rely on. It's like your unique energetic signature, right?
Right.
And then undefined centers are where you're more open to experiencing the energies of others.
So we're both transmitting our own energy and absorbing energy from others.
Exactly. It's a constant energetic exchange.
That's fascinating. And this relates to what Bunnell calls the not-self themes.
Yes.
These are like patterns of behavior that we kind of adopt when we're not operating from our authentic selves, especially in those undefined centers. So, for example, someone with an undefined head center might feel pressured to constantly have answers, because they're absorbing that energy from others.
Exactly.
Okay.
Or someone with an undefined heart center might get caught up in proving their worth.
Right.
Or seeking validation from others.
It's like each undefined center has its own unique set of anxieties or questions.
Exactly. And the not self questions that Bunnell outlines in her book are such a brilliant tool for recognizing these patterns and, starting to decondition ourselves from them.
So by understanding our defined and undefined centers, we can actually start to operate from a place of more authenticity, more alignment.
That's the power of this system.
Yeah.
It helps you see where you're naturally strong and where you might be more susceptible to those outside influences.
This is already so insightful, and we're just getting started.
I know, right?
We haven't even touched on the 4 types or how to tap into your inner guidance system.
There's so much more to explore.
I can't wait.
We'll be diving into all of that next, so stay tuned for more human design revelations.
Awesome.
I'm excited.
Me too.
Okay, so we've explored those 9 energy centers.
Right.
And how they can be defined or undefined. But how does all of that translate into the 4 human design types?
Right. The manifestors, generators, projectors, and reflectors.
Yes.
Bunnell explains that your type, it's determined by the combination of defined and undefined centers in your chart.
Okay.
And how they connect to your throat center.
So the throat center being the center of manifestation and communication.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
So it's about how your energy flows and expresses itself out into the world.
Yes, precisely. Each type has a unique aura and strategy for interacting with life.
Okay, cool. Let's start with manifestors.
Okay.
Bunnell describes them as having a closed and repelling aura. Which sounds pretty intense.
Yeah, it can be, for sure, especially for other types who, aren't used to that kind of energetic force.
Right.
But manifestors, they're here to initiate, to get things moving.
They've got a direct connection from one of their energy centers to their throat center.
Okay.
Which allows them to take action without waiting for external cues or anything like that.
So they're the trailblazers. They're the ones paving the way for new ideas, new ventures.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Yeah. And because of that powerful aura, their strategy is to inform.
To inform.
Yes.
So instead of asking for permission or waiting for approval, they just let others know, hey, this is what I'm doing.
Precisely. And that helps to lessen any resistance they might encounter because of their independent nature and their strong energy.
Right. It's like giving people a heads up.
Exactly. Hey, this is what I'm up to.
Yeah.
And just that simple act of informing can make a huge difference in how their actions are received.
So true. Okay, so manifestors are all about initiating and informing.
Mm-hmm.
What about generators? Bunnell says they have an open and enveloping aura.
Yes. Generators are like the life force of the planet.
Ooh.
They've got this really welcoming and magnetic energy. They're designed to respond to life, to engage with what truly lights them up.
Okay.
They have a defined sacral center.
Which is the center for vitality and work, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But their connection to the throat center, it's indirect.
So they have a ton of energy, but they need something to respond to before they can tap into it fully.
Yes. Their strategy is to wait for a response. Could be a question, an opportunity, or even just a gut feeling that pulls them in a certain direction.
So they're trusting their gut, that sacral response, to guide them towards the right actions.
Exactly. And when generators respond to what genuinely excites them, they can accomplish incredible things.
Yeah.
They have the stamina and the energy to see things through to completion.
I'm starting to see how understanding my type can help me make more aligned decisions.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's the beauty of human design. It helps you recognize how you're designed to operate, how you're designed to interact with the world.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to projectors.
Okay, projectors. So Banal says that they have a focused and absorbing aura. What does that mean?
Projectors, they're like natural guides and advisors. They can see other people really clearly and offer these valuable insights. Their aura allows them to really deeply absorb information and energy from their surroundings.
Okay.
But unlike manifestors and generators, they don't have a defined sacral center.
Oh, so they might not have the same, consistent energy levels as generators do.
That's right. Their strategy is to wait for an invitation.
An invitation?
Yeah.
What kind of invitation are we talking about?
It could be an invitation to share their knowledge, offer guidance, step into a specific role. The key is that it needs to be like a genuine recognition of their gifts and talents.
So it's about being seen and appreciated for who they are rather than trying to force themselves into situations where they might not be fully valued.
Exactly. When projectors are recognized and invited into those right opportunities, their impact can be profound. They have a unique ability to guide others towards, their highest potential.
It sounds like patience and timing are really key for projectors.
They are.
Okay.
All right, so now the last type of reflectors, they're quite rare.
Reflectors?
Yes. They make up only about 1% of the population.
1%? I'm definitely curious to learn more about them.
Okay, so reflectors have a sampling and reflecting aura.
Okay.
So they are incredibly open to the energies around them, absorbing and reflecting the world like a mirror.
That sounds both amazing and potentially overwhelming.
It can be both.
Yeah.
Their strategy is to wait a full lunar cycle.
A full lunar cycle.
About 28 days before making any major decisions.
That's a long time.
It is. But reflectors, they need that time to process all the information and energy they're taking in and to see how it affects them over time.
Oh, okay.
They're not designed to make impulsive decisions. They need to observe. They need to reflect.
So they're looking at the bigger picture, taking into account how their environment and the people around them are influencing them.
Yes. And because they're so sensitive to their surroundings, finding the right community and environment is essential for them to thrive.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Reflectors sound like they have this very unique ability to offer wisdom and insights based on their, connection to the world around them.
They do. Now, you might be wondering,
Yeah.
okay, I kind of get the 4 types.
Right.
But how do I know, what decisions are right for me in my day-to-day life?
Yes. How do we tap into that knowing, especially when our minds are so busy?
Right. And that's where the concept of authority comes in.
Okay, so we've got these 4 types, each with their own way of operating.
Right.
But how do we actually tap into that inner knowing? How do we make decisions that are, aligned with our design?
Yeah, that's where authority comes in.
Authority?
Yes. Authority in human design is your inner guidance system.
Yeah.
Distinct from your mind, which can often be clouded with conditioning and, those not-self themes we talked about.
So it's about tuning into a deeper wisdom?
Yes.
A knowing that's beyond just the mental chatter?
Precisely.
Yeah.
And there are different types of authority in human design.
Okay.
Some people have emotional authority.
Okay.
Meaning they need to feel their way through decisions.
So they don't rush into things.
Right. They give themselves time to process their emotions.
See how things feel over time.
Exactly.
Okay.
Then there's sacral authority, which is that gut response.
Uh-huh.
That immediate or feeling that generators experience.
Yeah, it's like that deep, visceral yes or no coming from the body.
Yes.
Okay.
Then there's splenic authority, which is instant and intuitive, like a flash of knowing.
So it's about trusting that split-second gut instinct.
That immediate hit of awareness.
Okay.
And then finally, there's ego-projected authority, where a person's sense of self is kind of projected outwards, and they know what's right for them through the invitations and opportunities they receive.
Oh, so it's like the universe is confirming their direction through those external events.
Exactly. And the important thing to remember, as Banal says, is that your authority is consistent and reliable. It's always there to guide you, even when life feels chaotic.
That's so empowering to think about.
It is. It's like we each have this internal compass to navigate life with more confidence, more clarity.
We do.
We do. And human design gives you the framework for recognizing and trusting that inner compass.
Yeah.
And it also, introduces these fascinating concepts like splits profiles and incarnation crosses.
Okay, let's unpack those a bit. What are splits?
Okay, so splits occur when your body graph has two or more defined areas that aren't directly connected.
Okay.
It's like having different parts of your energy operating independently.
So it might take them longer to process information or make decisions because those different parts of themselves need to integrate.
Yeah, that's true. And it can also create a feeling of being pulled in different directions, as if different parts of them have different needs and desires.
Right. Okay, what about profiles?
Okay, so profiles offer further differentiation within each human design type.
Gotcha.
They're based on the 6 lines of the I Ching.
Okay.
And they describe how we express our energy in the world and how we interact with others.
So each profile has its own unique set of strengths, challenges, ways of showing up?
Exactly.
Okay, and lastly, there are incarnation crosses.
Yes, incarnation crosses, they provide this high-level overview of your life theme and purpose.
Wow, it's like looking at the bigger picture of why you're here, what you're meant to experience in this lifetime.
It is, and all of these layers, from the 9 centers to the 4 types to the authority splits, profiles, incarnation crosses, they work together to create this unique tapestry of your human design.
It's incredible how much depth and detail this system offers. We've just scratched the surface.
I know, right?
So where do we go from here? What would you suggest for someone who's just starting to explore human design?
I would say find your human design chart.
Okay.
There are tons of free tools available online.
Cool.
Explore your chart. Notice your defined and undefined centers, your type, your strategy, your authority, all those additional layers that we've talked about.
It's like a personalized treasure map.
It is.
Revealing all those intricacies of our energetic blueprint.
And then start experimenting.
Okay.
Notice your energy levels throughout the day. Pay attention to how you make decisions.
Yeah.
What feels aligned, what feels draining. See what happens when you follow your strategy and you trust your authority.
So it's all about paying attention to our own internal experience and seeing how this knowledge can help us make choices that feel more authentic.
Exactly. Human design is a journey, not a destination. There's always more to discover, so, embrace your uniqueness, trust your inner wisdom, and see where this exploration leads you.
This has been such a fascinating deep dive.
It has.
I feel like I have this whole new language for understanding myself and the people in my life.
I'm so glad.
Thank you for being such a brilliant guide.
My pleasure. And to you, our listener, I encourage you to continue this exploration. You might be surprised by what you uncover.
Yes.
Embrace your individuality, experiment with living in alignment with your design, and see what magic unfolds.